Welcome aspiring website builders and creative enthusiasts to Mastering Elementor, the ultimate comprehensive tutorial series. In the previous tutorial video, we see that how we can use button on your web page when you are building your web page or landing page using Elementor. Now in this tutorial video, we'll see that how to use images and videos within your web page / landing page using Elementor, right? So in the previous few tutorials, we talked about how to use heading, how to use text, and how to use button. We kept all these three elements in the left side of the section. Now let's use the right side of the section for another interactive elements like images and video. In order to use image, you just click on it, drag and drop to the desired position, and you see there is a gray placeholder of an image. Now I have to choose an image. Now how to choose an image? As I told earlier, in order to edit the content of any element, you use the content section. So in the content section, the first option is to choose an image. I'll click on it, and from all the image I have uploaded, let's say I want to use this particular image, I click on it, I'll click on insert media, and you see this image now comes up on the place of placeholder. What can I do with this image now? I can set the size of this image. Let's say I want it, the default size is large right now. I want it at a thumbnail size. I can do that. Then let's say I want a medium image. I can change the size of the image to medium as well, and let's set it for large for this particular tutorial. And then pretty obvious things are there, like I can change the alignment of the image. I can add a caption if I want to. I can add a link to the image. Let's say if I want that when someone clicks on this image, he is redirected to a particular link, I can go to the links option. From the drop down, let's say I want a custom URL, and I can type that URL here, right? Then styling, as I have mentioned so many times in the tutorial series, styling talks about changing the look and feel of this particular image. So in image, I can set the width, or I can set the maximum width if I want to. I can change the height of the image if I want to. It's always better to not change the width and the height of the image side by side, as it might alter your aspect ratio of the image. So for example, if I keep the width like 44 and I set to height to something else, you see the image is now distorted. So it's always a good habit to not change width and height simultaneously. However, if the need goes, you can do that as well. Then there are options to change the opacity of the image for normal and or for hover action, something similar to what we saw for button. So let's say I click on hover, I can change the opacity. So now when I click on it, it gets less opaque. Then I can add a CSS filter as well in the image if I want to. I can add an hover or animation on the image, something similar to what we did for button. Let's add a pulse animation right now. So when I click on it, you see image gets less opaque and it started pulsing, right? So again, very interactive thing to have on your web page or landing page. Then I can add a border, pretty obvious stuff based on what we have learned in the previous videos. You can add a border to your image. Then you can add a border radius to your image, whatever value you want it to be. Then you go to advanced section only if you want to edit the margin, add some padding, add some set the width of the image, etc. This was all about using the images in your web page using Elementor. Now let's quickly talk about how you can use videos, right? So just below the image option, you see there's an option to you have a video widget, right? So in order to use video widget, just simply click on it and drag and drop to the position where you want to have it. Let's take it here, right, just below the image for now. Now let's say you want to embed a video from any source, right? You go to content, you select a source. Let's say I want to embed a YouTube video. I select the YouTube video source. I add the video link here. Then I can also set the start time. So at what time exactly, right? At what duration rather this video starts getting played. I can set that as well. I can also set the end time. There are now a few options just to tweak the look and feel of the video. If I want this video to be auto played when the page loads, I can enable the autoplay option, and will not show the play option. It will get played automatically on page load. Then I have an option for play on mobile, so it will auto play on mobile devices as well. I have an option to mute the video, so when the video gets auto played, it will not have the audio. People can choose to enable the audio if they want to. Then I can also keep the video on loop, so once the videos end, it will start playing in the same loop again and again. Then modest branding, if you enable it, it will remove YouTube branding to some extent, right? Then if you click on the privacy mode, right, so it will enable the privacy mode, and YouTube won't store the views and the information of the visitors for all the views of this page or for this particular video, as it's mentioned here, that when you turn on the privacy mode, YouTube won't store information about visitors on your website unless they play video, right? Then you have a lazy load feature. If you want to use it, you can enable it as well. Then let's say YouTube, when it completes the video, it starts showing some suggested videos. If you want to have suggested videos from your current channel only, you can select that option as well. Or if you want YouTube algorithm to suggest any video randomly, you can select the any video option. Then you can also add an image as an overlay for the video. So if you want to do that, you go to image overlay option, you enable it, and you choose an image. Let's select this image once again. So now what happens is, the YouTube is not playing the video automatically. When the page loads up, user will see this image which you uploaded with an option to play. Only when someone clicks on this play option, the video will start getting played. So if you want a feature like this on your web page / landing page, you can do this by using image overlay option. Then comes the styling part. Again, changing the look and feel of this particular widget. So what can you change in terms of look and feel of a video? You can change the aspect ratio of the video. Let's say if you want to keep it 1:1, you want to keep it 16:9, whatever you want it to be. Then you can add a CSS filter if you want to. Then you can change the color of the play icon which was there. You can easily do that by selecting the color here. You can change the size of the play icon, and you can add a shadow of the play icon if you want to add it. Then advanced section, as we have discussed so many times now, you can add margin, padding, to this particular video. Outside perimeter of this particular video, you can add the margin and padding from here. And there are several other features which we are not talking in this tutorial because this is just for beginners. If you already are familiar with the basic features of Elementor, please skip to the videos which are there in this tutorial series at a later stage after doing a few projects. Alright, that was all for this tutorial video. In the next tutorial video, we'll exploring the next widgets inline in Elementor. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, please click on the like button. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments box, and I'll make sure I'll answer them.